Let's now discuss basic laser cutter operations. To turn on the machine and prepare to cut or engrave, there are three basic things that we need to do. The first is to power on the laser cutter. The on switch for both the large laser cutter and the mini are located on the bottom left side of the machines. We next need to turn on the air compressor. The compressor is what sends air to the air assist tube on the lens assembly. Finally, for the minis, we also need to turn on the BOFA fume extractor. We need to turn on the on switch on the back right of the machine and use the front panel controls to turn on the venting if they don't turn on automatically. This is not a step that we have to do for the large laser cutters, as they are venting all of the time. I've now loaded all of the models I would like to cut into CorelDRAW. So let's go over adding material into the laser cutter. Here I have 1/4 inch acrylic. This is the shiny side, and this side has a matte cover on it. So I'm going to take the shiny side and put that into the laser cutter. So the first thing I'll do is open up the cover. What I want to be sure of is that I do not put this in at an angle so that I could dent the vector cutting grid. Rather, I'm going to place it flat. I'll now turn on the machine in the lower left side . And turn on the air compressor in the back of the machine. Before I start cutting, I'm going to double check my print settings. So I'll select File, Print, and I'll double check my settings using the gear icon. So, to set up my settings for this cut, I'll select Vector because I am cutting. The speed I want to be 10%. Based on my material and thickness, and the power to be 100%. I can now select OK. If I select Print, the job will now be available at the cutter. So if we look down at our control panel, we can now see that our job has come up on the screen. The last thing we need to do is press the green Go button. Once we have completed our cuts, we want to turn the machine, the laser cutter, off using the power on-off switch, as well as the air compressor off using the on-off switch on the compressor. The best way to remove laser cutter parts is to take a piece of tape, wrap it around your finger, or just hold it like this, and grab out the pieces that have been cut. In this way, if there is a piece you need to recut, you can do so without moving all of the material. So I'll open up the shield and pull out my pieces. So we can see here that we've removed the piece without removing all of the material in case we need to recut. We'll now carefully remove the material from the laser cutter bed. And remove any large debris that may have accumulated from our cutting.